Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am continuing to use the March Kitaholic Kit, and I went and I was very inspired by Sue Plum. So I channeled my inner Sue Plum and I did some mixed media backgrounds. I used some ink sprays and acrylic paint and watercolors, and this particular background that you're seeing me do, I end up not using because it turned out a bit too yellow, and really what I was looking for was more of a orange and pink color scheme. I thought that the pink and the yellow would mix quite well and make orange, but it didn't. So I'm going to scratch this particular layer or this particular background and use it on something else, because I really do actually like how it turned out, but it's just not the right color. So you'll see me, I'm going to go in with my trusty Vicky Bouton mixed media paper, or no, that's my basil cardstock, the marshmallow cardstock. So this is what I'm going to use. I went for a 12 by 12 size so I can do the entire background and I can cut down what I like. Oh, sorry about that blurriness. So I'm going to start with some splatters using that Distress Oxide. I think that's the pumpkin coloured one. I can't really tell what the exact name is, sorry. Then I'm going in with the spray that we got in the mixed media kit this month, and I'm essentially going to go back and forth between these two things. I'm going to go with the spray, then some splatters, then some spray, then some splatters. Then I'm going to pull in, this is a custom watercolor palette that I made for myself. So that particular colour that I'm using now is called Aussie Red Gold from Daniel Smith, and it's got this beautiful orange colour. It's absolutely gorgeous. The reason I went for the oranges and the pink is because I actually have used a cut file and I backed it with an orange and pink paper from the kit. So that's why I'm going with the oranges and pink, but you'll see that soon. So I'm just adding some watercolours. I'm also going to splatter that, splotch it on, add it, drip it up. So what you'll notice is I'm doing a lot of layers here, and I'm sort of working intuitively. I'm not really thinking too much about where I'm placing it. That colour I'm going in with now is called Shell Pink, and it's like a very opaque, soft pink, and I think it really added to it as well. The next colour that I'm splattering and mixing around it's a very vibrant pink. I think it might be alizarin crimson, but I can't really tell, sorry, but it is by Daniel Smith. I'm just not sure what the exact colour is. But I'm just following the same technique that I've used, splatter it down, wipe it up, and this is where I really discovered this awesome technique where if I smoosh it, it creates this beautiful, almost dry brushed look, and I loved how that looks, so I'm just going to do that all over the page and create this beautiful pink, peachy colour. That is the photo, so I've already put the photo on my cut file and I've backed the cut file, so I just wanted to have a look to make sure the colours matched. Then I used this Pinata Gold alcohol ink and this Winsor Newton gold ink to do some gold splatters. The alcohol ink is much bigger, more vibrant splatters, and the Winsor Newton one is much more subtle. I decided that I like how this looks, so I'm going to cut it down to size. This is going in my not my traveler's notebook, my Storyline Chapters insert. And so I used that particular part of it. And then when I actually did that, I thought it looks a bit too peachy. And so I'm trying to add some more of the bright pinks in there. So that is some Distress Oxide that I'm just using the stamp to just create some fake writing background looky bit. Again, channeling my inner Sue Plum a lot here. It still wasn't quite pink enough, so I'm using some Jane Davenport acrylic and I'm going to do some dry brushing. And this I feel really makes a difference, because that pop of pink and then later the pop of yellow just brings in the colours from my cut file so well, and I just really, really like how it turned out. And when I was doing this is when I was starting to think, yep, this is the direction that I want to go in. I'm adding some yellow as well because, as I said before, yellow and pink mixed together to make this beautiful orange. And obviously the background, or what I really want is to have some oranges and some pinks, not so much the yellow, but they mix together and they make a lovely orange, and I am going to continue dry brushing until I'm happy with how that looks. And as you can see, the colours just match so well, so much better now that I've added that acrylic paint. I'm using some Nuvo drops and just adding it to the centre of those little flowers just to add a bit of dimension and texture. And, oh yeah, so I am just taking some black ink, some archival ink, and I've got this random stamp that's like got love hearts and little patterns, and I thought that's going to add a nice, like a bit of black to the spread, which is really good. I'm also going to use that pumpkin colour that I used before, and I'm going to use a different pattern and just stamp that haphazardly all over. Again, just going more intuitively with it. I really love this background. I'm actually kind of sad that I had to cover it all up. Oh yeah, some white splatters because I just went mixed media crazy. And yeah, I'm sad that I had to cover it up. I might have to recreate this using, like in an art journal so I can really show off this background. Oh yeah, this is my daughter's little hands. She was very excited to see what I was doing. Okay, so adding more acrylic paint because yeah, I was just having a painterly day to knock back that background because it was very, very bright. But like I said, I'm going to recreate it, I think, because I do like it. I'm going to recreate it for an art journal one day. Then it's time to stick on the photo and the beautiful cut file. I think it's the daisy chain cut file from this month. And I am positioning it so it's a little bit more to the top, so I've got some space down the bottom to do some journaling. I'm bending up the sides of the cut file just to create some more dimension. Now, over time, within my storyline chapters insert, that would likely not stay up, but for the purposes of today, it made me feel happy. Sticking down now some of the flowers. So I'm going to create 2 clusters of flowers and leaves, one at the top, one at the bottom, and I'm sort of going to interchange the colours. So I'm going to use the more orangey flowers down the bottom where the colours of the paper is more pink. I'm going to use more pinky flowers at the top where the colours of the paper that's backed into the cut file is more orange. Adding that little label just to put the date in, and then I want to add some greenery just to, because there's some green in the photo, so I want to bring that in, but the green at the top was a bit much, and because the entire layout is more to the top of the entire photo is more to the top of the layout, I just wanted to make sure that it's not too bad. So I'm using that little leaf from the clear sticker sheet and a leaf down the bottom as well to create a diagonal line. I am going to do a little bit of journaling, not much, just some fun journaling, and I'm doing my lines first because I wanted to keep myself contained. Adding some puffy stickers from this puffy sticker sheet just to cover up some little gaps. You could see the edges of the photo still underneath the cut file, and I wanted to cover those up so they're not so obvious. And so I'm just using these 2 little puffy stickers down the bottom and at the top. And got to add some sprinkly Love Hearty bits, of course, because I can't have a layout without doing that. Once that's done, I've almost used all of the hearts from that puffy sticker sheet, and it makes me very sad. Once that's done, adding 3 little dots of the crystal Nuvo drops, and then I think the layout is done. Yes. Thank you for joining me today, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.